Good boy.
Welcome to Doc Dog and Disabilities. Today I have a guest with me. Hello, Mollie. Thanks for joining me today. Can you go ahead and start us off by telling the audience a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Mollie, and a little bit about myself is I love Squishmallows. I love kids and babies and playing video games.
What video games do you like?
I go on this website called Roblox and I play Adopt Me, Bloxburg, and Dress to Impress.
That sounds fun. Is that kind of like the Dress to Impress? Is that a little bit like The Sims? Like you just dress up your character?
It's like you dress your character and then you like judge other people, and then at the very end there's 3 places that you can be first, second, or third.
Sounds like fun. I know one of the things that you've dealt with in your life is an invisible disability called anxiety. How would you personally describe anxiety to someone who didn't know what it was?
Sometimes it feels like you're in a dark room and you can't get out, and there's not a light to show you the door to come out from it.
You're just stuck and you're not sure how to get out, and it's scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I know that you work at Five Below, and one of the things that this channel is about is discussing challenges of disabled individuals in and out of the workplace. What is hard about working at your job and dealing with your anxiety?
It's just when I'm getting to work, I get nervous, but then once I'm there, I start playing my music and I look around and see who's shopping. And like sometimes I'll bring a Squishmallow if I need like a little company.
I see. So it sounds like you just immerse yourself into your job and your anxiety goes away in that.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a really good coping mechanism, which we can go into that next. What are your go-to coping mechanisms when you feel anxious at work?
I mostly use this bird app called Finch, and then I'll do deep breathing, or I start trying to like do colors where I'll think of all the colors and I'll just name like doing categories until I can't name anything, and then I mostly calm myself down.
It sounds like you do a lot of mindset change, just changing that negative feeling, whatever negative thoughts are coming, and changing it to something positive. That is one of the greatest things to do in any disability when you start to get overwhelmed. It's a great coping mechanism, so thanks for sharing that. Have you told your managers and your co-workers about your anxiety? And if so, what have they done to make sure that your needs are accommodated?
I believe my previous boss has told my boss now of my anxiety. But when I start working with a new person, I might mention that, hey, I have a little anxiety. If I need help, I might ask. Or maybe ask me how I'm doing, or if I need help.
And is that what they are willing to do, is watch out for you and ask you if you need help?
Yeah.
That's really good. It sounds like you have a really supportive team at work. And so your past employer, it was with the same company, so you just went to a different location.
My previous boss went to a new location.
Oh, you stayed there. Okay. Okay. So that makes sense. It makes sense that your previous boss would talk to your new boss because it's the same company. I'm glad that you have a very supportive group. What other support systems do you have in your family or just within the community? What helps you manage your anxiety more effectively?
I have like my family, and then I have friends. Also, like my pet sometimes helps.
Yeah, animals are so good with emotional support, aren't they?
Yeah.
What do you love about your job?
I love how there's like squishmallows, and then like sometimes there's kids or babies. Sometimes like dogs come and I'll get to see them.
So it sounds like you like all the cute stuff. Good. Yeah, I think we need more cute stuff in our lives.
Yeah.
What things do you make sure you do every day to feel balanced and ready for the next day?
Sometimes I'll hug a squishmallow, or I'll just hang out with my dog, or sometimes I'll text a friend, or sometimes I'll FaceTime a friend.
A lot of being social, being around things that you like. A little bit earlier, you told me about this app that I hadn't heard about before. Why don't you let the audience know about it? Because I think that it would be a good thing for anyone with anxiety to have that.
Yeah, so it's called Finch, and it's a bird app, and you get to make a bird, so it hatches and it's like a baby, and then you can make goals for yourself to help you throughout the day. And if you have anxiety, it has breathing techniques. It also has like where you could dress the bird up. You can get micro pets. You can also decorate like your room.
Really cool. So it sounds like it's a digital emotional support animal.
Yeah.
That's great. And even better, you don't have to clean up afterwards. I'm going to age myself, and I'm going to say that reminds me of the digipets that we used to have to take care of. And if you didn't take care of them, they would get sick, or they would be mad at you. And yeah, those were fun. Very distracting though, but in a good way for you, because having the anxiety, you need something to distract your brain from the scary whatever thing that is making you anxious, and you get to do things that you enjoy because you enjoy babies and dressing people up, or I guess dressing animals up. I'll put a link in the description below about that app because I think that would be a good resource. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there specific goals that you're working towards personally or professionally that keep you motivated?
I want to get a house one day, so I'm trying to do that. I'm also doing like exercise to help me be more motivated.
So those are good aspirations. So you want to have a house. Would you live alone or with other people?
I would live with roommate.
Yeah, because you seem like someone that likes the social connection. That's great. And then exercise is always good. That helps with mental health for sure. Do you have any tips for someone who is feeling overwhelmed and they're just getting a lot of anxiety and they don't know what to do? What would you tell them to try?
Probably to do deep breaths and maybe the Finch app, because that kind of is like calming. Or talk to a friend if you need like a support system.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion, because a lot of the times when we're struggling with mental health, we try to isolate because it's I don't know, you don't want to put that on anyone else, or you might just feel like hiding, because that's another thing that is common for people with anxiety or other mental health challenges. So yeah, taking a deep breath and maybe reaching out to someone who you trust is a great thing to do.
Or even just being with a pet.
Yeah, an interesting thing about pets is that they are amazing. Cuddly animals are usually very helpful for people with mental health issues, or just anyone. Also, I have a service animal, a service dog, and he helps me be able to get through my day, and he helps me with my disabilities so that I can function. And a lot of the times people get mixed up between emotional support animals and service animals. Do you know the difference between the two?
Emotional support animal is an animal that would help you, and then a service animal is like to help someone with certain abilities that they need help with.
Yeah, exactly. A service animal is actually super trained. It takes a couple of years, year and a half, to fully train a dog for service work. And then it's never ending. Like, you keep training them, or if you don't use it, you lose it. So service animals are trained to do certain tasks for people with disabilities so that they can function. And emotional support animals actually aren't trained at all. They're just pets, and they don't actually automatically have access to the public like a service animal does. But I think that emotional support animals are fantastic, and especially if you can have them. But I know some people can get those confused and think that any animal that's out is an emotional support animal. Okay, that's actually all my questions today. Hey, you said great stuff today. You gave some tips on how to get around anxiety and be motivated to work towards your goals. I appreciate you coming today, and I hope we can do this again sometime.
Yeah, thank you again for inviting me.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Bye.